What happens when a meticulously planned morning show interview turns into a slow-burn showdown? When royal poise collides with a host unwilling to yield and every question becomes a spark. It began with warm smiles and ended with one of the most uncomfortable on-air walkouts in CBS This Morning history. The sun had barely risen over Manhattan, but the studio was already buzzing. Producers darted between control rooms. Camera operators adjusted lenses. Makeup artists hovered for last-minute touch-ups. Meghan Markle was in the building. The booking had taken weeks. Meghan's team had sent a list of approved topics, her charity initiatives, women's empowerment programs, and a few safe, personal anecdotes. The rules were clear: no royal drama, no marriage questions, no gossip. Nate Burleson, former NFL player turned polished morning show host, had been chosen to lead the segment. Known for his warmth, he could make any guest feel comfortable. But behind the scenes, producers had encouraged him to push just enough to keep things interesting. At 8:15 a.m., Meghan walked onto the set. Ivory blazer, beige trousers, hair in a low bun. Her posture was regal, her smile polite but guarded. "Good morning, Meghan. We're so happy to have you here," Nate said. "Good morning, Nate," she replied smoothly. "Thank you for having me. This should be interesting." The first minutes were safe. Meghan spoke about empowering women entrepreneurs, expanding education for girls, and promoting sustainability. Her delivery was precise, a masterclass in media training. Then Nate took the first step off script. "Your foundation's work is making headlines for all the right reasons, but many viewers are also curious. A broken bar. Do you see yourself returning to the UK anytime soon?" Her smile tightened. "Whether I go to the UK or not is entirely my decision, Nate. Frankly, it's amusing that it's still a topic of conversation. People are curious because of your history with the royal family," Nate pressed. "Perhaps your viewers should focus more on issues in their own country," she said lightly, but the jab landed. The tone shifted. "Your departure from the royal family was one of the most talked about moments in recent history," Nate continued. "Some still debate whether you and Prince Harry chose to leave via broken bar or were pushed out." Her eyes locked on him. "Pushed out? I can't believe you'd use that word. We made our choice. I'm not here to rehash tabloid headlines, but I suppose that's more entertaining than discussing real work, isn't it?" The next question went personal. "Your marriage has been under intense scrutiny. Some outlets suggest there may be challenges. Any truth to that?" "I don't live my life based on what tabloids print, Nate." "Maybe you shouldn't either," she shot back. When Nate said it had been widely reported, she cut in, "My marriage is not your concern. If this is your producer's idea of filling airtime, maybe they should reconsider their priorities." Whoopi Goldberg tried to steer things back to charity work. Meghan gave a polite answer, then turned back to Nate like she was waiting for the next strike. "Will you and Harry ever return to any formal royal duties?" Nate asked. "I'm not here to feed gossip cycles," she said sharply. "The monarchy can run itself just fine without my daily schedule making headlines." "Some might say that's not gossip, but part of a larger public story you were once central to," he replied. "Some might say a lot of things, Nate," she answered, her tone dripping with condescension. The questions circled back to her relationship, the pressures of public life. Each time, Meghan swatted them away with sharper retorts. "Are you planning to ask about my grocery list next?" she snapped. Nate finally set his cards down. "I've interviewed many public figures. Most understand that questions about their image aren't personal attacks. With you, every topic seems to be met with defensiveness or dismissal. Maybe that's because most of your guests aren't asked the same recycled questions, she replied. You're just rerunning tabloid greatest hits. You're not here for a conversation, Nate said, his voice tightening. You're here to control the narrative. And to shut down anything that doesn't fit it. That's rich coming from the media, she shot back. No, Nate said firmly. What's rich is acting like the media is the enemy while booking yourself on every major platform to promote your image. Claiming you want privacy, then building a career on selling your side of the story. Gasps rippled through the audience. So what, Nate? You're telling me to leave? Yes. Because this isn't going anywhere productive. Our viewers deserve better than watching a guest sneer their way through a segment. This is unbelievable, she said, unclipping her mic. I came here to talk about important issues and instead I get ambushed and insulted. I've dealt with far worse and I'll still be standing long after this show is forgotten. She turned to leave, heels striking the floor in sharp, echoing clicks. Before disappearing backstage, she threw one last line over her shoulder, good luck with your ratings, Nate. You're going to need them. Don't worry, Meghan, he replied. After today, I think we'll be just fine. The cameras lingered on Nate for a beat before the control room cut to commercial. But the clip was already destined for viral infamy. Was Nate right to shut it down, or did he cross a line? Did Meghan overreact, or was she justified in walking away? Drop your thoughts in the comments because in live television, you never know when polite conversation will turn into a headline-making clash.